Alright, so in this video we're going to look at when prices and numbers increase and decrease by a certain percentage. And the main skill you need to use in this is from the last video, which was finding a percentage number 2. So make sure you've watched finding a percentage number 2, because that's the main skill you need when we start looking at these real life questions. So firstly, we're going to look at some of the language that we see when we're looking at increasing or decreasing prices, or increasing or decreasing anything by a percentage. So here we have some different items. The first one is a basketball shoe. And if we ever see the word reduction, that tells us that the price has been reduced by a certain percent. So a reduction by 10%, that means the price of that basketball shoe has gone down in the shop. And we also call it discount. So if you ever see, and lots of shops have this, if you ever see a discount of 40%, maybe it's some clothes in a shop, we always know that discount means the original number has been reduced by that amount, that percentage. Another word we see is sale. And we always know that sale means prices have been reduced, and often a sale is written as 25% off. Another term that you might not hear about that means a reducing price is called depreciation. Depreciation. And when something depreciates, that means when you buy it, the price goes down over time, how much it's worth. And this often happens with expensive things like cars and TVs, most big products, particularly electronic goods. So when you buy a car, brand new, it might start off at $50,000, but over time it depreciates by a certain amount every year. So if you ever hear depreciation by 10%, that means the value of that thing, the car, has gone down by 10%. So all of these words here all mean the price is dropping, the price is going down. The next few examples we'll look at are when prices are increasing. And one example of that is petrol. People always drive around and try and find the cheapest petrol because petrol gets marked up. The price goes down and then sometimes the price goes up again. So if the petrol price gets a markup of 20%, that means the price has gone up by 20%. Another example would be profit. And you've usually heard what profit means before. It means when you make an item or you buy it, like Apple makes their iPhones, when you sell it again, if you sell it for more than you made it for, you can make a profit. You can earn more money back. So a profit of 15% means the price has increased from what it started as. So prices can go up or down, and these are the main words we need to be aware of when we're working out real life questions with percentages. Let's start with some basic questions though. If we have something, let's say the basketball shoes are worth $160. if they increase in price by 40%, we need to work out what that new price is. So let's say the sale at the shop has finished and now they've had a markup. So you missed out on getting the basketball shoes. Now they're going up by 40%. One way to think about these questions is imagining the price on a graph. So if this was the original 100%, the original price, so it was $160, we know that the shoes are going up by another 40%. So they were 160, but an extra 40% is about that much. So we know the total is going to be higher than it started. An extra 40%. So how do we work out the new total price? Well, we just need to work out what is 40% of 160. Because that's going to tell us how much we need to add on, and then we can add it to the original price that the shoes were. And that's the skill that we practiced in the last video. So 40% of 160, we want to make our percentage into a fraction, and then of is the same as multiply. So 40% of 160, and a whole number we make as a fraction over 1, and we simplify wherever we can. So we'll divide by 10, actually by 20 for each of these. So we have 2 over 5 times 160. And we can also cancel diagonally here, because 5 goes into 160. It goes in 32 times. So now we have 2 over 1 times 32 over 1. And any fraction over 1, that's the same as a whole number. 2 times 32, 64 in total. So now we know that the shoes increased by 40%. So they increased by $64. But that's only this extra amount here. $64. They already cost $160, so we're going to add the original price to the 64. So 160 plus 64. And that gives us $224. So we always want to avoid markups. That's why you buy things when they're on sale.